I'm back, and I'm here to help you become a better algorithmic programmer. What is up? Looking at string scramble, a Python exercise from Codewars. Let's look at the description. Given a string and an array of indices, let's just cross out array and put list, because we're doing Python, folks. Given a string and a list of indices, rearrange the characters of the string so that each character is placed at the position specified by the corresponding index in the list, not the array, the list. And it shows an example down here. The inputs are going to be a string of characters and a list of integers. And the objective is to take each character of the string and place it at indices specified by each element in the list. You start with an original string, and then you use the indices as a guide as to where to place the characters in the new string. And here we have an input and an output. We have an input of A, B, C, D, and an output of A, C, D, B. I'll scroll here a little bit. And so how did we get here? There's a little explanation down here, but I'm gonna spell this one out for you. You're starting with A, B, C, D. This list of integers is really a guide as to where to place each character into the new string. We start with the first one, 0. A is going to be placed in index 0 of the new string. So the new string will start with A. Then we go to 3, and that corresponds to B. So B is going to be placed at index 3 of the new string. So we got to skip down. So this will be index 0, 1, 2, 3. So the B is going to be placed at index 3. So let's place the B at index 3, which is the end. And then next one is a 1, and that corresponds to the C. The C is going to be placed at index 1. So index 1 here, we put a C. And then finally, the D is placed at index 2. It's the only one remaining, A, C, D, B. And that's how we get this result. This integer array is going to be a guide as to where to place each character. And it's in order. So that's how you do it. And now, I'm going to show you my approach to this algorithm. Okay, folks, this is how I broke this one down. Here's my approach. First, with this one, I'm going to create a list to hold the scrambled characters, because, of course, we're going to take a string and scramble it up according to the contents of this integer list. I need a place to hold my scramble. I'm going to use a list because I'm going to be able to selectively place the characters from the original string into specified elements of the list. And I'm going to create a list of empty strings so I have places to place my characters, because they're going to be placed kind of out of order, where I'm not placing them sequentially. Let me give you a little visual here. These, the quotes specify empty spaces basically in the string, where like this is index 0, 1, 2, 3. I'm creating empty strings so that as I loop, I could place something at index 3. And on the next turn, maybe I can place something at index 1. If I don't create empty slots, if I don't create kind of predetermined slots or slots that are already there, I'm just left to be able to append. I'm not going to append because this is not going to be a sequential situation. So I'm creating empty slots so that I have the freedom to place characters where I need to as I loop. Because I'm not just going to be placing 0, 1, 2, 3. Depending on the size of the list, I may place the first character at index 12, and then another one at index 3, and then another at index 5. So I need to create empty slots. That's why I'm doing that. Once I've got that list of empty strings, so I've got placeholders for everything, I'm going to loop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whoops, let me pull up the right thing here. I'm going to loop the length of the integer array or the string because they're the same. For this one, you have a length of 4 for the string and a length of 4 for the list. They're the same. I'm just going to loop 4. But of course, I'm not going to hard code it. I'm going to loop. And then for each iteration, I'm going to place the next character of the original string into the index of the scrambled character list specified by the integer array. Let's break this one down. So for this example, I'm going to loop to 4 basically. And when I start, the focus is going to be on the character A. I look at the corresponding corresponding index, it's 0. That tells me where to place my next character. I'm going to place A at 0, and then I move forward. These two are done. I go to B. B is going to be placed at index 3 in the new scrambled list. So I do that, and then I get rid of this. Then I go to C. C is going to be placed at 1. So that loop is going to do what's specified here. I'm taking characters of the original and placing it at the index specified in that loop. Once that loop is done, I'm going to join the list that I created. I'm going to join that list into a string and then return, because that list is going to be containing the characters that I scrambled. All that's left to do is join it together and return. And that's it, folks. And now I'm going to show you the code that I composed to complete this exercise. Alrighty, folks, now we're going to look at the code, and this is why we're all here, right? Looking at the damn code. And I'm going to compare the code to my approach. My approach here over on the right that I just went over with you, all right? Paying attention? Okay. Create a list to hold the scramble characters. So on line 2 here is that list that I'm creating to hold the scramble characters. And I'm creating placeholders, basically, in my list. So the name of the list is going to be Scramble List. And here I'm taking an empty string in a list, and I am duplicating that one element a number of times equal to the number of characters in the original string. So if the original string is 5 characters, I'm creating a list of 5 elements, each with an empty string. And again, these are going to be placeholders, and I'm going to place the characters according to the elements of the integer list. All right, with the next one, that corresponds to the code starting on line 4 and going to line 5. This is the loop. and I'm looping the length of the integer list. And I said array here, but it should be a list. Screw that one up. I'm looping the length of the integer list or the string because they're the same. And then for each iteration, I am placing the next character of my original string into the index of scrambled list specified by the element of the integer list. So remember that integer list contains numbers, like this for instance. That integer list is going to contain numbers. And those numbers are going to be used as indexes or indices into my new scrambled list. So like on the first turn, I'm going to place something at index 0. On the next turn, I'm placing it something at index 3, index 1, then index 2. So that's how it corresponds. And yeah, line 5 is kind of the most important line here, because this loop is the thing that does the scrambling. Moving on down here to the join the list into a string and return. Once this loop is done, I'm going to have a list consisting of the characters of my scrambled string. And then I'm going to use join to join that string together into a string, or join that list into a string with nothing in between. And that is it, folks. There's the breakdown. So this is string scramble, a Python exercise done in good old Codewars. Codewars is awesome. And you're awesome too. And you're getting better at coding, getting better at algorithmic coding. And I am too. So with that, you'll hear from me next time. Wait for the next video. It'll be awesome, and you'll be awesome. That's it, and I am out.